recorded live from Random Secret Studios in Philadelphia and in the Delaware Valley.
I'm the Capo. He's the Prez.
And this is Sons of Ben, the pod. Gentlemen, everyone out there, welcome back to Sons of Ben, the pod. This is episode number, you ready for this, Adam? This is a legend.
Give
One
it to
Mr. Fat Joe Blanton.
Fat Joe and the Terror Squad was the name I had for when they brought everyone in. When they had Oswald, Cliff Lee, like Fat Joe and the Terror Squad made way too much sense. It was topical because they were good at hip hop at the time. They just hadn't fade out just yet and never caught on. You know, I hate being a visionary sometimes.
They called them the Four Aces and Fat Joe. World Series winning, had a home run, but he wasn't a 4-ace.
Look, I mean, I'm here for the Cole Hamels train, you know? Like, I'm all about that experience, but who had a better World Series, honestly?
Yeah, you know what? Cole Hamels should give that car to Big Joe.
No, he can keep that. That thing was ugly. I feel so bad for ball players like the mid-2000s. They got the weirdest looking GMCs and Pontiacs. It was such a bad time.
It was like a Trans Am or something. I was waiting it was terrible.
It's like that dude from Survivor who got an Aztec.
Well, that's what Cole Hamels gets for marrying a girl from Survivor. He gets a crappy car,
6 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
So this week, it's just us. We've got a lot of stuff to unpack, and we're working on some guests and we got a special episode in a week or two. We're just ironing out the details, so hang with us. But let's get to the housekeeping. First off of housekeeping, completely before everything, is congratulations to the Shabilkos. They had a bouncing baby boy. This kid looked like he was 4 foot long, if you saw that picture. So you got to think Ernst Tanner right now is lurking in the shadows. And as soon as they put that kid to bed, he gets in there, Limburger babies that thing, and it's right in the academy.
Wait, I'm just imagining an actual U2 where it's an under twos. Where they're just it's the first stage of when they were manufacturing the babies in the Clone Wars. They were just getting to the infantile stages right before they taught them combat training. That's what the unit are going to do. It's going to be a straight factory out wombs now.
Yeah, you got Jacob's kid, Kai's kid, and baby Shabilko. They're ready to roll now, man. They'll probably beat any Casa team. Those 3 little babies. Just roll right over them.
Look, I saw FC Dallas's Twitter says home of the best academy in MLS, and I was just like, oh my! I was like, no, our academy is better than yours. And I just want to be for now. Yeah, those guys you sent to Juventus, that's cool. All right, you win this round, but give me a minute. Just give me a couple years. I'll be sending some kids to the Premier League and all that fun stuff,
Yeah, they're like somebody that want a scratch off ticket. Congrats, you want a scratch off ticket.
Can we still claim? Are we still claiming Zach Steffen, or are we just letting that one go?
I'm claiming Pulisic and Steffen. Don't worry about it.
We really can't claim Pulisic. That one feels fraudulent. That one feels like regional fraudulency because Pennsylvania's
played for
massive.
A Union team that won a championship before
you're not
Germany.
Wrong.
Listen,
just don't
have to not look it up. Just don't think about it. Just don't think about it.
And when you're not thinking about it, do this: have a beer of the pod, get a Yards, get a 2SP, get something from the Larimer. And you'll realize that Pulisic is a Union member. That's all. Just keep drinking beers. You'll forget about logic. It'll be fine. So just support those that support us. And remember, drink a beer. Pulisic is coming back to the Union, especially after we have some Chelsea talk. We'll get into that later. Speaking of Sons of Ben news, it is time to renew. If you haven't, get on it. We're working on a kit packing party. We're probably going to do it board and invited guests only to pack, and then we'll have it ready. The goal is for the game on the 14th. We're hoping to have a table that you can pick it up before the game. We're thinking there's 20 to 33% stadium capacity by that time, and then we'll slowly start getting the kits out. But we've got all the merch, the scarves, the magnets, everything. I haven't seen it. I've seen the specs. It looks awesome. I've seen pictures, but we're going to have that, so be ready to get your kit. And if you haven't, Adam, get ready to renew. Sonsofben.com. Ticket leap. $30. Get on it, Adam.
30. I'm here for it. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
So off-season time. Let me tell you, I can't leak it, but we've got some merch coming out, and we might announce it within a week or two. That's how close everything's getting. But it's looking good. Like, I'm excited, and it takes a lot for me to get excited about T-shirts and hats, but I'm pretty psyched about some of the new merch. And here's the other thing. We are working on tailgates. Right now in the state of Pennsylvania, you are allowed to have an outdoor catered event for 100 people. Well, technically, a tailgate that we do is a catered event. We're thinking, minus the staff, we could probably safely tailgate with like 75, 80 people. So we're kicking around the idea to actually have a tailgate, probably not for the first game, but the first weekend game, having a tailgate, spread out the lot as much as we can, outside, safely do it. And here's the one thing I'm going to do. And Jeff Mitchell, I know you're listening. I need you to get on your phone, dial up some of your wrestling fan friends, because this is what we're going to do, Adam, for the first tailgate. I'm putting a challenge out to one Tim McDermott. We're going to have him come out to the tailgate, do a little toast. We'll have one of Mitchell's wrestling buddies come out in say the first game's against New England. He'll wear a Revs jersey. He'll heckle Tim. And then Tim's going to go all Buffalo Bills on his ass and throw him through a table. That's the first tailgate. Mark it down. McDermott, you're on the books, buddy. Get ready to throw somebody through a table.
I've never seen this before. This seems like a very fresh and unique take on a tailgate before. Devin, have you ever seen Breaking Tables?
I've seen the iconic Bills Mafia
Who
videos
are the
floating
Bills?
around the interwebs there.
Who are these people?
Buffalo?
I have no idea who you speak of.
Buffalo.
This idea sounds super fresh, Matt. I like your ideas here.
Listen, it's a little known fact that the McDermott family invented table breaking, and that's who brought it to Buffalo, was Tim's brother Sean, and that's where the Bills Mafia got the idea.
Look,
and has there ever been a team executive throw an opposing fan through a table? I don't think so.
What did the GM of the Raptors do to that one person? Didn't he fight a security guard? Anyway, no, I actually believe that this is one of your better ideas. I'm here for this. As an old school wrestling fan, especially of the five-time WCW champion of Booker T. Yeah, let's do this, man. I'm here for this. I actually would love to know who the opponent is. And if it is New England, I'm going to Don Garber and fighting him. What the bleeping I honestly don't want to see New England the entire season. Can that be a thing? Can we just ask no mas? We don't need to. We played them enough for 3 seasons worth of a normal MLS rivalry.
I'm going to guess our first home opponent is going to be from a land that can't have fans in the stands. So that takes out Texas and all Florida teams. So maybe like Toronto. We'll probably get Toronto first because they don't even have a home stadium right now.
Not Club de Football Montreal?
Or it could be the Terry Henry. Oh, well, they need to get a coach before they can even play us.
Do they? Have you seen this? Have you seen this fan football league that's been on the television recently? Apparently, there's a football league that has Johnny Manziel and possibly Josh Gordon, where the fans themselves call the plays on a text chain or maybe an app of some sort. And I'm saying, why can't you run a soccer team in the same manner? Have Montreal run Club de Football Montreal.
Would they do it in French or English?
Oh, obviously French, my friend. They're very proud of their American-style French accents.
Speaking of, Adam, this is up your alley. We will be talking very soon on this pod. Chance.
The rapper?
Apparently, Jess, Bill, and the gang have been working on some new chants. And I think we're going to try to debut a couple on the pod and get some feedback. And the elves have been in the factory working on new chants for your 2021 season?
Can we really call? I mean, like, I'm actually here for the Guzzlers being a chant factory. I feel like that's like their natural progression. They're a factory for which chants have been produced, Willy Wonka style. You just pick them off of the walls, and there's another chant.
Aston, PA is kind of like the Gary, Indiana of chants. If Gary, Indiana is pop music from the Jackson 5.
On a scale of 1 to wow, that's a reference. That's yes. I'm
Devin,
going.
the Jackson 5 was a musical group in the 70s.
Come on now.
Don't sleep because
At
we're
least
5
once
minutes
an
away from
episode.
Indy 11 joining MLS. So
Now, speaking of news, World Cup 2026, www.philadelphia2026.com. All you got to do is get on the site, give them your email address, and say, I want to see the World Cup in Philadelphia. I did have a meeting, a phone call today with the group. Some news should be breaking pretty soon. FIFA should start to slowly shake the tree and start making some news on when they're going to visit and events. But there are going to be events in the spring for the World Cup. We got some other cool stuff happening to build up momentum, to make sure FIFA knows that the World Cup belongs in Philadelphia. So we're going to see. Adam Devin, save the date, March 20th. The Sons of Ben are going to team up with Ya Fave Trash Man, Northeast Philadelphia. We're going to do a neighborhood cleanup, 11 o'clock, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Not a lot of time. We're going to roll up our sleeves, pitch in, clean up part of Philadelphia. So it's on March 20th. It's a Saturday. We'll have news. We'll probably send everything out in this week's NAC, so you have it. But yeah, just save the date, the 20th. Couple hours, just pitch in, clean up, try to help out the city. My man has got like sponsors. There's going to be a DJ there. He's got food and beverages. So, just come out. Should be a party. And, you got to clean up a little trash.
it's 5 days before my birthday, so I'm basically just having this as my birthday party now. I don't know. I've co-opted this cleanup as my birthday party. Everybody enjoy. It's Adam's 31st.
It's TC's birthday on the 23rd, and this was her birthday gift that we're going to do a cleanup. I am a giver.
Aries season. I knew TC was good people. Us spring babies got to stick together. I have
Oh.
no idea when Devin is born, so I'm not going to make any assumptions. But
Gemini would be the word.
I get that vibe. I get that vibe from you.
Adam, he was born 10
I'm-
years ago. That's all you need to know.
I am 10 years old and I'm proud of it.
First off, that means I have so many questions. All of them equal.
Listen, Adam, just don't think about it. Just don't think about it.
Like much of my soccer career.
Devin's
Or my middle school
this
life.
birthday coming up for Devin, he can rent a car. That's the big news. He can rent a car.
That is actually a very anticlimactic birthday because let me tell you, in the year of our Lord 2021, you're not going to be renting a lot of cars. Not that many. You're going to be Ubering a little bit, but you ain't going to be renting too many cars. You don't know what they've been.
All right, we got two more things in housekeeping. So, Drunken Union Zoom this Friday, 7:30. Just get Adam on Twitter, and you can be part of the magic that is Drunken Union Happy Hour via Zoom. Adam, I haven't been on in a little while. Have you been on?
Yeah, what's
in a
up,
bit?
man? I was on for a while this Friday. I don't know. I was in the mood for some JT time, and we talked about a lot. Having a resource like Jonathan Tannenwald to be there just to answer all your questions about not only soccer but for the inexplicable sports fans like myself, local college basketball. It's a treat. It's a treat to behold, and you only get this in the local Union Zoom. Because let me tell you, man, he ain't gonna do this with you on Twitter. I know that for sure. That man's a professional.
No. Now, speaking of some insights that we got, we usually give this over to Devin, but Adam, I made a guest.
Yes, sir.
I made a guest appearance on your SOB Discord.
All right, so Matt, a Discord is a server for which a bunch of individuals kind of talk to each other. It's similar to like a Telegram. Is a Telegram what that your people used? What was that? There was the can and the stick thing, right?
Just
Yeah,
a letter,
There's the
a
string.
nice letter with cursive writing.
That you put on a pigeon and flew into the greater distance.
Yeah, carrier pigeons. True story. My grandfather raised carrier pigeons, but we'll get into that later. No,
That's fun. That's fun.
I want to get into that. But
I do too. I want to
But go
get into.
ahead.
I want to get into Pigeon Matt's backstory.
we'll bring in my mom. We'll bring in Phyllis, and she can tell you all about carrier pigeons.
Can someone make Pigeon Matt a superhero for me? I just need an artiste to just design Pigeon Matt. Like he's
Only
here.
if Matt shows up full gear on the first tailgate.
And here's the problem. The only problem is because of the NYCFC, which honestly, in a stroke of genius, co-opted the pigeon as their mascot. Because, like, if I'm New York, that's our city animal. Like, that's what represents us more than anything else. They're numerous. They're kind of upsetting, and you don't want to really be around them a lot. They're New Yorkers.
Yeah. So Adam, I did get on that Telegraph thing called the Discord, and let me tell you, it's everything you said it was, and even worse. So there was a little scuttle on Twitter about that. Apparently, the Sons of Ben were elitists and were holding the Shield captive to the good people of the Philadelphia soccer community.
I've done nothing. I don't know what you're talking about.
and then I'm not going to get into it on Twitter. It turned into a Discord thing. So then I ended a work call early, got on. And let me just let everybody know that's listening, even though you probably know, because I know we've said it. Long story short, the Shield we're the custodians of the Shield. If it wasn't for the Sons of Ben being part of ISC, the Philadelphia Union and the community wouldn't have the Shield for this year. Plain and simple. We're a standing member in ISC. We're the custodians. We had to sign legal papers to hold the Shield. We have done everything we can to bring it around to as many people as we possibly can, but it's a pandemic and it's been freaking winter out. So we can't have a big events. And, in the snow, we're not going to drive it to your house. That's kind of stupid. So people were wondering what the deal is. Here's the deal. We had to sign paperwork that the Shield needs to be in the presence of somebody that signed legal paperwork to take responsibility. On top of that, I went out and got an insurance policy on it because the Shield committee doesn't have one. I didn't feel comfortable with having over $20,000 worth of material that we're on the hook for and want to be fiscally responsible for our group to have to write that check if somebody did something stupid. So between the insurance company and the Shield committee, the Shield needs to be escorted by a board member. Now, I know anybody that listens knows in the past, in the very beginning, we did allow I can say 3 people that aren't part of the board had overnight privileges with the Shield. Adam was one of them. And yes, I did get a slap on the wrist for that. But in my defense, we didn't know that was part of the rules. And then once we got the insurance policy, they're like, no. Anybody that signed for it, who's responsible, has to do it. So a board member literally has to be with the Shield when we have it at events. So your dream of having it at your kid's birthday party could happen, but somebody from the board's got to be at the birthday party, so get us a piece of cake kind of thing. That's just the way it is, guys. It's $20,000. We're not just gonna, hey, catch. We're not Tom Brady. We're not throwing it from boat to boat.
But we shouldn't. But that would be a really cool video. I'm just saying, like, you have a boat, Matt.
I'm not saying it's not going to be on my boat. I just don't plan on tossing it to another boat.
Look, you come down the Intercoastal Waterway down to Myrtle Beach. I'll get on the balcony of my house and I'll toss it to you from the house. It'll be like Tom Brady will be jealous of the airtime our particular aerodynamically designed, Shield will get.
If Devin is in the water in scuba gear, I'm for it. He's the rescue diver.
It's not that deep. It's the Intercoastal Waterway. It's like maybe 20 feet deep. You can go get it. It's not that bad.
Devin scuba gear.
They dredge it all the time.
So yeah,
I'm on it.
That was my little mini. I'm not going into a tirade, but we all I can say is, and I'm not trying to like blast the team or blast other teams. Nobody has done more with this Shield to bring it to people in this little time. And I know from other supporters groups like Red Bull, the last year they won it, it was on the president of this Empire Supporters Club on his coffee table for, he said, 359 days. He didn't bring it anywhere. It was on. So, we're bringing it around as much as we can. We've brought it to every event that the team won it. And all I got to say is, you should at least go, hey, at least you guys have it, because if the team had it, come on, have you gotten to see the Lombardi Trophy when the Eagles won? I haven't.
It was at the mall once, I think.
I think they make you pay for it, like to see it. So, we're getting it out there.
I saw a ring.
Yeah.
I saw a ring.
A ring, yeah. So,
ring.
all right, let's get to the Union news, Adam. Camp began.
I know, but
what?
Discord's been great. Discord's been great. Loved it. Devin popped in. Adam, Devin popped in with. I gotta make sure we don't.
Did he have to be dad? Did Dad Devin come in and say, "Well, kids, settle, hey."
He must have a Ring doorbell alert on Discord, because when I'm in the middle of my tirade on what's going on, Devin pops in with eyeballs emoji, and that's it. Then he's like,
no,
texting
because
me on the side, like, what's going on?
6 people tagged me in it and added me because there was just things going on, and everybody was like, "What's going on?"
They're like, "What's this old man doing in here?
Shit.
Why is Matt in the Discord? What is going on? The world is exploding."
He is typing on his screen with his index fingers, and it's taking way too long.
I'll have you know, I did a very good job. I typed a long paragraph, hit enter, let people digest, kept working on the next one. I think I had a very, very good timing for everything, because I had a lot to unpack. Devin saw it. There was some, I'm not going to say it was Yates, but it was probably at least Jack Kerouac that was written on the screen at this.
So speaking of unpacking things, can we go back to the pigeons or no?
No. Well, that's a special season.
Okay.
No, we're still going to get Pigeon Man out of the done, but we're just going to hope that the third rail doesn't think we stole another thing from them.
They might. Yeah.
Apparently, they invented the cartoon lightning bolt. I'm shocked by this. I didn't know. Wow, that was a big one, because we didn't have, I don't know, goddamn Benjamin Franklin and all of our shit. I don't know.
Well, no,
the copyright.
The lightning bolts from the baseball bat from the Natural, and they own baseball, so that's why they got it.
I'm gonna fight everybody. I mean, look, man. Unless they want to come to Coney Island and settle this like real men, I'm not here for this right now. But anyway, continue.
Hey, Wilmington, Delaware, camp opened yesterday. We got some soccer action. We've got everybody except our new Scottish player. I think not everybody, but just about everybody reported, and it's on. The season's starting, guys. It's 2021. It's happening.
Do I also love the fact that no one believes in the Union right now?
I know.
Because that's a fun thing.
I know, it's crazy.
I'm like, all right, cool. Yes, underdogs. I love it.
The weird thing I saw a year ago today was the Dallas FC game where we lost. And we're like, oh, this isn't starting out good. And then a week from next week would be the anniversary of that LA game. Like, what a season we had last year, man. It was crazy.
So
now,
people have taught me how to gamble, slowly but surely, on not actually gambling in Atlantic City, which I'll tell you about later, because that was a fun day of me losing money. But I've learned how to do a little bit of sports betting. I haven't done it yet, but I kind of understand the ins and outs of it. And I would put money down on the Union losing the first game of the season, because that's literally what they do. Or tie it 80% of the time. I don't know what it is, but they don't win.
I mean, so that being said, before the first game of the season, they have their Champions League games. You're not too confident about those?
Ooh, I mean, I've actually learned about our opponent since we were assigned it, and look, this gonna be interesting. If they do something hold them to a random ass tie down there, hope. But if we're down 2-0 going back to Philly,
they're 7-8 games into their season. But anyhow, we'll get into that. So
they're gonna be lathered. We're coming in cold.
We did get the preseason schedule. So the team March 12th, they go down to good old Clearwater. The 15th, they got a scrimmage against Orlando. The 20th, they got that Chicago. I don't even know what Chicago's called anymore. Are they still the Fire? Did they redo?
No, they're still no. You don't know what their logo is.
Oh,
but they
I don't know
are
their
still
logo.
the Chicago
Okay.
Fire. Yes, yes. It's not all of the teams that decided to go club to football all of a sudden. No, it's not them.
A few days before Adam's birthday, the team returns, back to Philadelphia on the 24th of March. And then we got a mystery game, gents. March 31st, scrimmage versus a TBA opponent at 3 p.m. at Subaru Park. Now, here's my question, guys. I think it's like a Wednesday. Are we bringing back the Sons of Quarantine? Are we taking a little work from home day? Set up the Wi-Fi and at 3 o'clock be outside the gates and air horns, drums, and screaming as we play that fearful team TBD, TB determined.
Listen, the interest is there. You've got the interest. I've seen the rumblings around Twitter and the Discord. I think you've got a good number there.
If the Discord's on board, that's 6 people right there. I mean, we're good.
Matt likes to insult things that he still doesn't understand can incur wrath upon him, which is a fun thing that I enjoy. But no, it's look, man, I'm here for this Sons of Quarantine, and 2 things that I want to point out from this podcast is you're going to know the exact moment that both Jeffrey Mitchell and Jarrett listen to this podcast, because both of these things will now amass itself on Twitter, and you'll be just like, all right, cool. So it was at 6:34, like on a Tuesday, Wednesday afternoon. That's when he heard it. Okay, cool. Now this is great.
But now we know on the 14th we've got. We were talking about it, Saprissa, or I don't know how do you say it. I always say it like it's an Italian, not a Spanish name. And Devin's no help to me.
Ibiza.
With the Ibiza would be, you'd slur that.
Sapariza.
Sapariza? Yeah, so
Sparta.
So
I'm sorry, I don't even want to insult them. They're a very good club, and I just haven't looked at your name long enough to really understand what it is.
That's our first asses in the seats, man. April 14th, we got to be ready. We've got people. We're getting credentials for the Capos. We're getting ready because that's technically our first home game back. And Adam, I got bad news, man. You and I thought we were going to be sitting almost courtside for the Sixers Nets. That's the same day. So we're going to have to go to shoot around to hang out with owner KD and then go down to Subaru Park.
Citizens Bank Park. Oh my God, can we make it a triplet day? We just hang out with the Phillies for no apparent reason. I know they'll still be in Clearwater, but let's just hang out at the stadium.
The Fanatics
anyway.
around, we could do that.
Is it the new Fanatic or the old Fanatic? Because the new Fanatic is scary, and I want him to go away.
We'll probably get that Fanatic that was on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia instead.
Oh my God! Also, have you seen that Gritty now has an understudy? That's another conversation for another day. But I ain't gonna try to digress too hard.
Does he not look like the Elmo that marches with that drumline band in the city?
Look, Gritty is, first off, do not insult Drumline Elmo, because Drumline Elmo has replaced Philadelphia Jesus as our Messiah. I don't know if you've noticed. Whenever there is a problem or an issue, whenever there is a moment of strife, a moment of confusion, a moment where the people need to be secure in their knowledge of knowing what is right and what is wrong, there is Drumline Elmo.
Well, heroin chic Gritty looks just like Drumline Elmo.
You haven't seen Fusion Gritty yet.
Oh, Jesus.
Look, man, if you thought Gritty was on the methamphetamines, let me tell you about Fusion Gritty.
No,
we can have a conversation.
I'm just talking about that Gritty intern that you were talking about. It's skinny,
he needs a couple more cheesesteaks on him, because I don't like to body shame, but I feel like a Gritty has to not be skinny, because there's no grit there. That's not a person who's worked hard and you need to pack on the pounds for any particular reason.
Hard to gain weight when you're on the heroin, hard to gain weight.
Damn, he went all the way to the black tar. I see you.
Now speaking of something that you can sink your teeth into and show a little, viral and anger and grit on your own, Adam Booth. Devin and I were talking. Apparently the Union aren't the only MLS teams that came out with exciting new kits. Did you see what New England brought out?
Matt, are we about to have jersey talk?
Adam,
we're gonna have
You
Jersey
can have a
talk.
little Jersey talk.
Are we having Jersey talk?
But this is I want to start at the other end of the spectrum.
Oh, I
Because
got
this was just laughable.
Hold on,
So,
Devin. We have
Go
to do
ahead,
this
go
properly. I know we can't do this in real time, but you're going to do this in post. I need music for this. We're going to do Jersey talk here. This is important. We're going to break this down because this is the most important thing going on in MLS right now is what the hell these people are going to wear in 2021. Continue.
all right. So, New England Revolution. They had a lot of hype for their new jersey. They come out with a new jersey, right? And this is a direct quote. The community kit
That's a
is
that's a
inspired
terrible
by
quote.
the it
Keep
rough one. Okay. Inspired by the American Revolution era war forts and pays homage to the fort, which is the supporters section at Gillette Stadium. So this is a homage to their supporters, to their history, and you know what they came out with? A white T-shirt with blue stripes on one shoulder and black stripes on the other shoulder.
Adam, it looks like
Beautiful.
Fonzie's T-shirt. It's the Fonzie's V-neck T-shirt. That is their jersey.
New England?
Devin, Fonzie was a star in the 70s. He rode a motorcycle, went, hey!
No. You will know him as the lawyer from Arrested Development. That's how you will know him now.
Perfect.
No, but
But
legitimately.
he rode a Triumph.
But he did. Here's the thing. No one knew why he was that short. We just kind of ignored it. Like, he was like the coolest person in Milwaukee, but was also like 5'6". It was okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, what I found fascinating about this was no one likes this. It was so universally panned that, and I want to be in the room in Foxborough when the LA Galaxy kit dropped. And they were just like, oh, they're going to hate us. Oh, they're going to be so mad at us. We just gave them like, they didn't even try to not give them another white shirt. They gave them another white shirt, and they're just like, but wait, we two-toned the stripes. We put an accent on the stripe.
This is for you.
This is for you. This is for the community. The community came together and said, we are super, super, super white. That's what they said. We have a white shirt with some gentle accents. That's us. That's the community. No, but legitimately, it was one of the things where I looked at, we've always panned MLS for the all white away kits. Like, the funny thing about the Union was the first 3 years of the Union, their away jerseys were fantastic, and then they were just like, white shirts. We're just gonna do white shirts. And you're just like, why would you regress in such a way? Like, why would you take away the creativity? I will say though, the one white kit with the navy sleeves, I think that was 2014, maybe 2015. That was good. But beyond them, all the other white ones kind of bore me.
Listen, I get it. Okay, come out with your white kit, but don't try to hype it up and make it this whole thing like this community kit. This is a hype. Like, they have all this stuff on their social media, trying to hype it up, get people to buy it. It's like, you've got to be kidding.
They made
Devin,
a video.
Who owns the New England Revolutions?
Is it a certain craft individual?
Are there multiple revolutions now?
He's been lying to the people since he bought that other team. He's been lying to the federal prosecutors about his behaviors in Florida at a strip mall. You expect him not to lie to you about a white jersey? Come on, man.
We're still gonna be making that massage parlor joke until the end of time. I feel it. But
Dude,
no,
at his eulogy, I will be talking happy endings. Don't worry.
There is a way to do a white kit. Vancouver for years has figured out how to do the white kit very well.
Vancouver had a very decent kit this year.
Really
white
good,
kit, but it was very decent.
Very decent kit. The white kit for Orlando this year with the Starburst line and the purple accent. Even though it was the claw kit that I hate, I still enjoyed that kit as a whole as a white kit. You could do it well. They all of the innovation that MLS was coming out this year with kits. New England said, screw that, beige. And to really push home how neutral and unexciting this kit is, they made the badge black and white.
Oh,
yes.
Now, I'm not. I just want to do a quick pause on Jersey talk, and then I'll let you get back to it because we were on a theme. Speaking of white, Adam, your boy Matty Ice, he's with the U.S. Under-23 team. You know, he's from Wayne, PA. Okay, back to Jersey talk.
I'll have you know that Wayne, PA is now probably like about 1.5 to 2% black. Now we are coming up. Leave us be. Secondly, we can talk about other terrible kits out here, can we not? You know, give me, what else did you see out there?
That Miami black kit.
What are you doing? Actually, first off, I'm actually right now currently wearing the Palermo kit. Now, this is actually because Palermo beat their longtime rival Catania today. Forza Palermo, Viva Santa Rosalia. But the thing about that's beautiful about this is the OG pink and black team, and they put out masterpieces when it comes to the pink and black. And the fact that Inter Miami just completely jacked their color scheme in the most non-egregious way ever, I'll give them a pass because pink is always in the color scheme of Miami-based things. And black's kind of neutral, but still. They kind of jacked Palermo's crap. They made another regular black kit that has some accents that you can only see if you wear the authentic one, and you have to take it off your body, otherwise it's like on your collar or on your butt. And then finally they put a palm tree on that you can't see unless you're in the best club lighting you've ever seen. Like, I want to talk to AG, talk to me. I know you're upset about this too. That is so boring. That is so beneath Miami. The Miami Heat got a 3-tone looking Tricks Yo Play yogurt kit on right now playing basketball, and you just got black. What are we doing here, Miami? Come on now.
Black is.
I mean, anything you say for Miami can go directly to Montreal as well. But go ahead.
Black
Matt.
is a great color in that Southern Florida heat in August, so that's going to be a winner for them. Now,
no, you know they're only going to wear those weird faded pink ones that they made last season that don't look pink or white. They just look dirty.
Well, they look like you washed your red sock with your whites. That's what it looks like. It
didn't know what color it wanted to be. Like, it was a jersey that was literally between two worlds. It's like, are we a white kit? Are we a faded pink kit? We have no idea.
Adam, that is second level marketing thinking because they're trying to get Tide as a sponsor. So they're having these awful kits, and then Tide will come in, give them $10 million to put Tide on the front of it, and then they'll have awesome kits. Devin.
Oh my God.
Did anyone get it right besides the Union?
There are some good-looking kits. The LA Galaxy kit, very nice.
Chef kiss.
Very nice.
Chef kiss.
As you said, the Vancouver jersey, pretty nice. Dallas kind of got it right as well with their new one.
That was a very strong kit.
Columbus white jersey seems to be a little both sides of the fence, but I think the new Columbus jersey is on the right side of the fence there.
I like the Columbus one, the top, but like with the yellow shorts, it doesn't speak to me in the same way. It just looks weird because it's like beige and bright yellow doesn't really work. But if you made them the black shorts, I think they would slap. But like, it's a good kit. I like the kit as a top, but it's like it's the same thing with the Union. I'm very curious to see what they do with the shorts here, because this could take this kit from a 9 to a 10, depending on how short and socks distribution is done with this.
I never thought on this pod we'd be talking about shorts and sock distribution. Now, since we're talking about such sexy things, Adam, do you think our new signing from Scotland, our boy Stewart, do you think when he gets off the plane, he's going to give us a sexy season gaff?
Oh my God, I can only hope, because if he can do it in that accent, I would be like the happiest person on the planet. No, I'm excited. You know, you had to fill the void with Mackenzie, you know, and this gentleman he's eager to get this thing started. I think this is, you know, a bonus to not only Ernie and, you know, what the
Ernst,
Union are putting
not
together.
Ernie.
Oh God, I did that. You know what? Here's the thing. Is Ernie not a shortness for Ernst?
No, I don't want either confused, commingled.
I'm just saying.
I want
separation.
Ernst. It's just Ernst. and that's it. You forget like Ernie was your homecoming date. Ernst is who you're marrying. There's
Look,
no.
it's not my fault that they both start literally in the same fashion. It's a 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon on that one.
True.
But no, I'm super excited for him to be here, and I think this is a example of the progression of what MLS is doing right now, because you have another gentleman who's like, I want to come to America, and it's like, that's cool, like that, like it's still like, it's not necessarily up there, or it's not Messi, and I'm excited for this guy. I'm really happy for him, but like I like the fact that people are now trying to progress their career in America, because that's something. It's not necessarily this kid's nowhere near retirement, so this is a guy who's like, I want to make my next chapter and my next splash here.
25 years old, left-footed, and I can't wait to see a 42-yard left-footed laser beam goal. Can't wait. You heard it here first. It's going to happen.
As a left-footed gentleman myself, I'm happy to see more of my people out there, because we are not as numerous as we should be.
We're sending feelers out to get that Scottish gentleman on the pod. So hopefully we can get some closed captioning also, because I've heard some interviews with him, and it might be a little tough in this medium. But we'll see.
Look, he's only my countryman, like 6 generations removed. We have a established link. Us Scots.
Now, speaking of countrymen removed, let's talk about the alumni. B's been playing over in Austria. Have we seen? Now it looks like Devin. I think you dodged a bullet. I don't think you're gonna have to play Salzburg in the Europa, because they got bounced. So your Tottenham's got a fighting chance now. Josie's got a chance to bring you a trophy, because they lost 2-1. B got in. He played for like the 60th minute. They lost like 4-1 on Harrogate. And then their next game in the Austrian Bundesliga, they actually lost 2-1. But B was voted man of the match. 44% of the fans voted him man of the match. So even though they didn't get the win, he represented. He's looking good. Like the little bit in here I get to see on the weird TV that I have to stream through God knows what illegal services. He's looked really strong. Now, have you guys seen him at all, or?
Matt, I mean, listen,
Matt. Hold on, Matt. Yeah. Did you not? Did I have a stroke today? Did he not play today?
Did they?
Was there not a match today? Hold on. Here's the thing. I'm usually the person who's the ill-informed person on the podcast, so I'm in real time on my Twitter account trying to double check this, because I actually tweeted out Brendan Aronson doing things today, like scoring a goal. Yes, he scored today in a 4-0 rout.
4-0,
got a goal. Yes. He scored in the 79th minute. Like, yes, this happened.
He had an
in the
assist.
year of our Lord today.
Whoa.
Yes. He scored in the 70th minute. He also had an assist. So, come on, Brendan Aronson crushing. Not even coming over there and making the Austria League his bitch. What are we talking about right now?
This
kid is going to be short-lived. His time with Red Bull is going to be short-lived, because someone's going to be like, holy crap, go get him. Go retrieve this.
I feel bad because the parents just moved them into a new apartment, and it's going to be like, Rusty, get the U-Haul. He's going somewhere else. Get ready to move.
You said the word apartment, not house.
Oh, no.
Apartments, you're always ready to pack yourself up. But yeah, Brendan Aronson out here giving dimes to the people. I'm loving it. And, if I know we haven't gotten many guys to the top flight yet, like the big 6 yet. But when Brendan gets there very shortly, the Union are just going to sit back, put their feet up, and be like, who's next?
Listen, I mean, we put 2 guys, our first 2 guys to go to Europe. You see what B's doing. By the way, the next guy we're going to talk about, happy birthday, Mark McKenzie. We did give you a little shout out on socials. Happy birthday. My man's doing it in Belgium too. And I don't think he's long for the Belgian league. I think he's going to be taking that next step up too. I wish I could learn Flemish because then I could understand what's going on in that team's app.
Why is
but
your app in Flemish?
It's not my app; it's their app.
Their app is in. That was the language they chose of all the languages spoken in Belgium. They chose Flemish.
There is not even a translate button on this damn thing.
Devin, what is the? There's no English version of Genks.
This is just the Matt. This is the Matt Telegraph.
Yeah.
Index finger.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just making sure because I can see Mark McKenzie
have the better
in
app
English.
there,
I don't.
You have the
you gotta
official
get the
app
For
Devin?
the Fans app. No, that's for. Hold on. That's for Brennan
one finger. Yeah. Okay.
No, what you got?
ESPN did just pick up the Belgian league.
They
so
did.
you will be able now to watch that on ESPN Plus. So
do you have ESPN Plus, Matthew?
Yes, I do. The KRC Genk app, the official app on my phone, Flemish. All Flemish.
They don't have other languages options though. This is what I'm problem. This is the problem I'm having. They're a European club. 50 languages are spoken in a 20-mile radius of their stadium. You're saying they only have maybe you did have a Spanish option.
Maybe they only have it on the iOS, not on the Android. But right now on the Android, all they got is the Flemish.
Oh, well, I mean, that was your first mistake.
Yeah, right. Now, speaking of mistakes.
All right, so.
Oh no! Go ahead, Devin.
Real quick.
I was going to transition
before we move off of this. I've got a little talking point. Got a little talking point. I want to hear your guys' opinion on this.
Is it still Jersey?
So Brennan Aronson, Mark McKenzie, not to dismay all the good that they've been doing in Europe, but what does it say about the competitive level of MLS compared to Europe that they go to Europe, first step out of the gate, are lighting it up? Is that more on them? Yes, they're great players. I don't want to take that away from them, obviously. But we get very little opportunities to compare MLS to and get a gauge of where MLS is at.
MLS has closed the gap on all of the other I'm never going to say MLS is Serie A, La Liga, Bundesliga, Premier League. That 4 or 5, but everybody else, they've closed the gap. They have, and look at what players that have played in MLS and then gone to Europe, or some of these homegrowns that have gone in, or even guys, like we can say Pulisic was 15, 16 years old and then went to Europe. He started for Dortmund when he was 17. What did you spend a year and a half in their academy or their youth team, whatever? So he was already homegrown in America and then went over there. The gap is closed. The next level is Premier League, La Liga. I mean, no. The next is the French League. We overtake the French League next, and that's really just one team.
Look, here's first off, shout out to Marcel. They're on the way back, and
Marseille.
Marcel.
Come on now.
It's Marcel, and only because of what's his name? Is that Pulp Fiction? Anyway, I'm not gonna have a senior moment on this podcast. I'm just gonna move forward. Yes,
that's
Marseille.
my bit.
Exactly. Anyway, Jules, it's in the case. Anyway, so we have now a situation where I do not believe MLS is that great, but I do believe our academies are that great. You follow me?
So is the competition in MLS on par with the Belgian league?
No. But I will say that we are producing talent at a level of the Belgian league now. Okay, so let me take you down this small journey. I don't believe per capita, if we sent the best MLS teams to Europe right now, we would win. We would have to go play. Would we beat Belarus? Maybe. Would we beat the Greek league? Debatable, but that's what we're talking about in terms of MLS. If we sent our best, and I'm not even saying the Union in this bench because the Union are not even at their strongest right now. If we just set Atlanta at its peak, Seattle at their peak, and LA at the LAFC at their peak, or whomever, they're still going to get washed by most teams in Europe. That they're going to get washed by half of Mexico, and that's still a thing. But individuals being produced through these academies, through some of these teams, are on par with any players on the world now. That's what we've learned about this. The fact that Weston McKennie just got that giant-ass deal from Juventus, the fact that Alphonso Davies is winning every single trophy that he's allowed to win in Germany. You know, you got all of these players going over there. Zach Steffen will be the future goalie of Manchester City. You know, you've had, like, Matt Mazinga's been over there for 12 bleeping years now, and everyone forgot about that because Chelsea picked him up and he's been floating around there. DeAndre Yedlin's still over there. Like I'm saying, like the United States of America, and particularly the youth academies we have, are producing a high level of talent that is on par with the high level of talent across the globe now. We see that. However, MLS as a whole is not there yet.
All right, so you say not the Belgian league. I'm going to say
no.
I would put the top half of the MLS against like the Austrian Bundesliga.
We could possibly tangle with it, but like, what I'm saying is like that's at best an even fight though. Yeah. Like we're not overtaking the Austrian league.
MLS is still evolving as a product. I mean, we've got new teams. We've got Miami. We've got Austin. So it's hard to put that league up there. But the talent is pumping out, and I think you see guys coming from Europe. Like we've got a guy in the Scottish Premier League coming over because this is probably a better move. Because in certain leagues, Scottish Premier League, Austrian Bundesliga, even some of the Belgian leagues, you can get stuck in shit teams and you can't get noticed and move on. Where MLS, I think a lot of European teams are looking at the talent there and going, okay. And the other thing with the MLS is it's a way more physical league. There's probably only 2 or 3 other leagues as physical as the MLS. I mean, I don't think the Bundesliga is as physical as the MLS. Premier League, definitely. But I mean, I don't think you see that. So I think it's a great stage if you're a player. But as a league, as a product, no, the European leagues are still. But listen, look at the head start. We're 25 years into this. These guys have been around for hundreds.
MLS is like the most deceptive league in major professional soccer because no one's going to ever believe how difficult it actually is on first go. Because, I mean, Americans' reputation with it, even though our women are the best in the world, our men are not, and it pushes down a lot of people's thoughts on it, but it's the same shit that Wayne Rooney figured out. Our travel schedule is probably one of the roughest travel schedules in all of soccer. Wow. You know? No one else is flying 4,000 miles for away games in the same way Orlando is going to Seattle and Vancouver.
Like, on Southwest Airlines.
Exactly, on charter flights. Not even on charter flights. Like, that's not happening in countries where a 3-hour drive gets you from one end of the country to the other. That's not how that works. So, also the physicality. Americans are not the most coordinated soccer players, but we're large. A lot of us are very large soccer players, and we're physically present soccer players because we play a lot of other sports that involve a physicality. Basketball, football, you know, a lot of these other sports that we engage in that are similar to soccer involve a physicality that we are used to, where when other countries specialize in sports like that, and their secondary sports are like cricket or tennis or whatever, they're not having that extra element to it. So, like, we're physically one of the toughest leagues in the world. Our travel schedule is one of the roughest schedules in the world. We're traveling 4 different time zones. And look, Mexico's doing the same shit. You know, they're another league that does that. Brazil does the same kind of shit. Argentina is on that kind of level. But what I'm saying is half of these Europeans that are coming over here, like Ronaldo would be exhausted by the idea of flying from New York to LA for a match.
That's because he has to circumvent Vegas. He's not allowed anywhere near Vegas, so he's got to fly way around it.
Exactly. But here's the thing. There's also a reason why all of these leagues come to America for their off-season training and those tournaments and all that. It's intriguing to be here. America is an intriguing country, regardless of whatever sport it is, whether if you don't respect the league itself. Like 50%, I'm not going to speak on behalf of this gentleman who just showed up here to Philadelphia to play for the Union, but if not the Union's reputation of a club, which is 3 to 4 years deep at best at being good, is the intrigue of coming to America, playing in this country, playing in this atmosphere, playing in this setting. Yeah, we're probably on par with the Scottish League, even though Hearts and what's their face and might be better than us. But beyond that, the rest of the league's probably on par with the our league. But because they're a feeder league to the stronger ones that are literally next door to them.
Now, Devin, I'm going to go on the American theme, transition, because I know we've got to kind of put a little tidy bow on this because we're getting a little long in the tooth. But speaking of American pride, Adam, the women, back-to-back She Believes Cup winners. They just tied the United States of America's record as back-to-back World War II and World War I champions. Global domination.
I will always support everyone giving America the World War I and World War II championship as long as we know we get the same ring that Jalen Mills got for the Eagles, where it's we totally contributed, but we weren't the MVP of that. We were just a side character doing some assists in the background. Come on now, look, man, if you want to talk about World War II, we could talk about how the Soviets kind of won that thing, and we just got to do a little mopping up in France on the back end.
We now call that the Carson Wentz ring in the city.
That's fair enough. America in World War II gets the Carson Wentz ring. They definitely contributed to the end game, but it wasn't really them who put the who did won the game.
WW1, we get the Nick Foles ring, but okay, that's fine.
WW1, we get the Rodney Pete ring. That doesn't even we get the ring we get Deuce Staley's ring. That's what we get for WW1. That was all France. Anyway, let me say that.
Now speaking of championships, Adam, today. Your St. Joe's Hawk took one more step to an A10 championship by getting a big win over the LaSalle Explorers. Adam, you've been trashing the Hawk.
God.
You've been trashing the Hawk this year, and they are marching to the A10 championship.
They were 1-14, and look, I accept all of COVID. They played all of the toughest teams in America. They started their season against Kansas, Auburn, Villanova, and that was their first 3 games of the year, and they were just all on the road, mind you, and then went to Tennessee. That was their first 5 games. It was they put themselves up for disaster. They went 1-14. It was embarrassing, but the problem was we were losing to LaSalle, bruh. That's who we were losing to teams that were not good. And look, I have never seen a 1-14 start to a season since I've been a Hawk, so that was a little debilitating. But Ryan Daly came back. We got a little healthier. Taylor Funk has been absolutely scorching the world on fire. I don't know if they keep it going. I'm excited. They might be. I think they can win tomorrow. I'm not sure what they can do after that. But Ryan Daly is a god, and I hope when he gets to a really good team in Spain that they really appreciate a 6'5" linebacker who also happens to play basketball.
Devin, keep an eye on Adam's face right now. I'm going to propose something to him. Adam, St. Joe's Hawk. They're going to win the A10. They're going to get a bid into the NCAA, and the first round they're going to play Michigan. What's going to happen?
Oh, we're going to get our asses absolutely handed to us in a biblical fashion. Because here's the thing, we have no business.
I think Martelli gives them the playbook.
No,
Martelli says he's a secret agent. That's what he did.
It doesn't matter, man. The talent level supersedes coaching. You could literally call out the plays to St. Joe's before they happen, and they're but we can't defend the 7-footer. That's the problem.
Phil Martelli gets a chair, hits the coach in the back of the head, and then goes to the St. Joe Hawks bench and coaches them to victory.
No, and here's the thing. I know Phil is the nicest human in the universe, and he's not a bitter man, but he would love to kick St. Joe's in the teeth. I know that for a fact that if Phil got the opportunity to beat the shit out of St. Joe's, he would love it. Look, man, he knows he was supposed to leave, but I'm not one of the only people who thinks he got done wrong up at the end there. So he's like, "Look, man, let me get
that's why Phil's got to come on the pod for some Hawk and Union talk. Nah, Devin, do we have anything else do we want to get into? Do we have anything you want to touch on, or you gonna have a nightmare editing session on this one?
It's just long.
It's really not that long.
Yeah,
it's a normal pod.
Yeah, it's not that.
All right. I mean, if you want to talk about, Olivier Giroud riding his bicycle with that game winner, if you want to talk about what I call the yawn burner, not the barn burner of Chelsea Man U, that was boring as hell. You want to talk about Pulisic? Is there trouble at the bridge? Do you want to go all about your Tottenham, the run and gun offense that y'all have? Run and gun! Oh my God!
I
He
think
can score like
Gareth Bale.
Gareth Bale is back. Number one.
He's alive.
No,
all right, question about Gareth Bale, real quick. Gareth Bale, he shoots 2 over. We know he's a golfer. I gotta ask you guys. This ties into last week's pod. With that man bun, he can't wear a baseball hat, right? He's got to wear like a visor on the golf course, right? With the man bun, he's got to go visor, right?
No, I want to believe that if he goes to the golf course, he goes full lettuce, like Minnesota hockey players, where it just flows out of the back. It's just got legit waviness to this. Like, 'cause here's the thing: we all assume he's bald up top. But it doesn't matter if you're wearing a baseball cap. So you let the man bun fall, and you just let that shit Dawson's Creek my by. Like it's.
Right, so here's the question: is he a flat brimmer?
No, he's a.
No.
That man. No, that man is wearing like a Kangol.
I think he's a flat brimmer.
He's wearing a forward-facing cabbie hat because literally that's how like delightfully Welsh this gentleman is. Like he's wearing an Argyle sweater. He has those pants that go only about to knee high, and the rest is socks, bro. You know that he plays golf the right way.
Listen, I don't know if you guys follow a lot of Tottenham, but Giovanni Lo Celso is a flat brim guy.
Dude, he's totally a flat brim guy.
Definitely a flat brim.
Dele Alli, flat brim.
Definitely flat brim.
Definitely flat brim.
But he's probably got like 6 closets of he's a fashion guy. He's
he's got some cowboy hats in there.
I think Dele and Gareth Bale are crispy white shoes, training pants, flat brim all the time. Just European English.
Gareth Bale's
scuzzers.
too old for that. Gareth Bale is too old and shockingly Caucasian for that. He knows that.
No, I don't think he knows it.
No, he knows he is the whitest man alive. Like the Gareth Bale knows that. Like
he is.
He went to Real Madrid and stuck out like the sorest of thumbs for being the most English, like not English, I mean like UK gentleman of all time. Like it was just he was on Real Madrid. And you're just like that guy. That man is from the islands. Like that man is not from any part of this continent.
Adam,
that man is from up there.
We know you're well traveled. You've been to Europe. You've been to the beaches of Europe. You know the British, the Welsh, the Scottish. They ain't got fashion sense, and they don't care when they get to the beach.
That man wears a wetsuit at the beach.
And sandals.
Gareth Bale wears a marine hat and a wetsuit at Ibiza. Like that's
only at the foam party.
Gareth Bale has water flippers. Like Gareth Bale has those little shoes so he doesn't get the rocks in his feet in fucking France.
All right, one last thing I got to confess.
Devin, that was your Tottenham talk.
Before you wrap this up, because I just got to confess this on the pod. I am 1 foot and 4 toes off of the Jose Mourinho train. Just throwing that out there. I am. I've got my pinky toe left, and that's about it. So
it only took a year and a half, but he was so great on Amazon.
You can thank West Catholic's own, his new assistant coach from West Catholic, Paul Westhead. not the creator, but I want to say the finesser of the running on offense. I think he called him. Jose called him on the phone and go, Paul, what can I do to put some oomph into this team? And he said, run and gun, run and gun.
Steve Spurrier, my guy. Steve
Fun and gun.
Spurrier.
That's right, the fun and gun.
offense. South Kakalaki, let's get it.
And another visor guy.
Oh, 1,000% a visor guy. The OG visor guy, if we're real about this. Spurrier was doing visors when Lane Kiffin was in Monty Kiffin's testicles. That's what we were doing there.
Speaking of visor guys, shout out Ted Lasso. That's it. Go ahead.
Oh my God, Ted Lasso winning all of the awards it totally deserves. That's such a great thing for soccer. It's just Ted Lasso. It's like Shaolin soccer, bend it like Beckham. They wish they were Ted Lasso.
It might be FIFA. Ted Lasso is growing the sport in America now. one and 1A.
He's
Devin,
doing more than Don Garber could ever imagine.
Anything else for housekeeping, Devin? Or let's put this one to bed. Adam, Devin, this was episode number Joe Blanton. Everyone just out there, remember, wash your hands and aloha Felicia.
Sexy season part